Greetings, everybody. Hi, this is a recording. This is a VR to Lavender Moon, and it has to do about fairies. So I wanted to take some time to answer some questions she put out. I'm not really a journaler. It's never really been my forte. Not that I haven't tried over the years, I have. But right now, all my writing goes into my Patreon. Which you should check out. Check out my Patreon. I am really teaching a class on herbalism, and how much you want to learn depends on the tier. So that's where all my writing is going now. So I thought for the fairy series that we're doing with Lavender Moon, that I would answer the questions that she had put out on the Facebook page. And that way, if people listen to my videos too, then they'll know if we discuss anything, like she puts up any questions, I'll let you guys know about it this way. And maybe you could do a VR anyway, even if you're not participating. I watched Meg's this morning, the woodland hag, and my cat heard the birds in the background, and she's like, looking all over the place for the birds. It was really cute because it was the TV. I had it on the YouTube on the TV, and it was like cat was going nuts. Okay. So what are fairies to you? Looks like I can't read my old writing. That's hard to say. I feel like the fairies have always been around me. I certainly feel presence in when I'm out in the woods, in nature. I feel like the nature spirits could also be known as fairies. The plants, they all have energy of their own. So I think there's different types, but to me, they're mainly nature spirits. And sometimes if you watch some of my videos, you'll see little light things fly by, little tiny light things. They almost look like little fireflies, but they're like, I call them my spirits, because they dash around. And I think, when I really think of the fairies, I think of them by water. For some reason, I really associate them with the water elements. By the brook, and I'll see. That's what I think. I don't think I could read my own writing here. I really scribbled it. What? So what are fairies to you? What do you fear? Well, when it comes to fairies, I know everybody says you should be fearful of them, and I think she's talking about what we have for fears in general. And right now, I feel really open when it comes to the fairy in the fae, to be very open to them, to be very just open and not have any fears. Because I think they're waiting for us to reconnect with them. I think we were very connected until we got into the industrial age. So I really feel there's nothing to fear. I really feel that. I think where the fear comes from is ourselves and our society conditioning, that we should be afraid of the woods, and the big bad wolf and all that stuff. So things that go bump in the night, we're supposed to be afraid of. I think that's just really social conditioning, and I think we need to come at all this with an open heart. And what would you like to accomplish working with the fae? And I would say, I don't know if there's really anything I want to accomplish. I don't think I have any set goals. I think more of it's just a curiosity, and to see if this is what I've been feeling for a long time, to see if it's the energy that I've been feeling. So it's more just to get to know a different level, just another layer on my journey. So I don't think I have any goals, any set goals. How do you, oh boy, you know, I think I need to, I really can't read. Look at this. I scribbled that down. I mean, I scribbled it down. Like, I can't even read my own writing. I scribbled it down. How do you open to grace? I think that's what that says. How do you open to grace? And that's why I said you need to open our heart. And maybe that's something that I could accomplish. I do need to open my heart more. I do need to be more trusting in my higher power leading me in the right direction, and that my fears of my future will be resolved. Like, I really need a newer vehicle, and that to not have that fear that the money won't show up, that the money will show up, so that I can purchase a newer vehicle. I don't have to be brand new. I just want a newer one in a van. What am I curious about? I am curious about so many things, and that really has led me on my path, and I don't have a name for my path. I really started out in my very late teens, early 20s. Starhawk was one of the first people I read. Her book, I can't think of the name of Starhawk's book. But anyway, that was one of the first introductions to a path, a craft. And my other first introduction was Lynn V. Andrews and Medicine Woman and all the books she had written. I read them religiously. The Flight of the Seventh Moon was like my Bible. I made my own, it's called The Flight, now it's called, they renamed the book Teaching of the Shields. And I literally took that book to heart. And I made my own shields. I painted them because I didn't have access to leather and everything the way that she made them. But I painted them. I still have one of them around, I think. I made 4 of them, and some of them have disappeared over the years. Because like I said, this was really a long time ago. So I don't really have my name for my past. So, you know, I've studied paganism, I've studied Wicca, I don't like the hierarchy, I've been introduced by, with my study in herbalism, led me to Native American practices, so I've been involved with those. So it's like, what do you call my path? You know, I can't really say I'm a witch. I follow the wheel of the year. Most herbalists do. It just fits with herbalism because, you know. So I don't really have a name. I'm rambling a little bit. I guess I wanted to ramble today when I talked to you. So what do you love about the fairies? That's what I wrote down. I figured out the second question. So let me read through the questions. Now that I've figured them all out and I can read my writing. What are the fairies to you is one question. What do you love about the fairies? What do you fear? What do you hope to accomplish working with the fae? How do you open to grace? And what are you curious about? Those are the questions. And so what do I love the idea, not of the Tinkerbell fairies, but that there's other energies, other beings that we can work with that are kind of on the same wavelength. Because in reality, everything I do is all about plants. When it really comes back to that, and so it's all about that energy. So, and you know the fae have to be around plants. So it's just getting onto that deeper level, deeper and deeper into the herbs, deeper and deeper into nature, just really syncing with that energy. That's what I love about the Fae, because that's what they can teach us. And yeah, I really do. And there's a book I have, and I haven't read it verbatim, but I love some of this. I remember reading some of it, and I don't know if I'll get to it, but The Living World of Fairy. So obviously this has been something on my mind in the past that I'm really interested in, and so I think it's something that just will bring another layer into my life. So I hope you enjoyed my little rambling thing, and remember, be wild, people.